Nice bid. I like the bid. And we are live. 1 point into this game. Ulti TV started on D and got scored on. They started just a little bit early. Yes, that gets our producer all riled up, but all set. We missed 1 point. We're in a tilt here. This is for the top of the pool. Ulti TV taking on La Mixta, Spain's mixed male matching players. A great collection of Spanish Ultimate legends, taking on a great collection of international beach legends. I'm Stefan Rapazzo alongside Ian Tate bringing the action. Tate, should be a good one. Ulti TV stumbled against HMG?
Yes.
HMG. I mean, is that fair to say they stumbled? Should they have beat them by more?
They almost lost it. They were won by the skin of their teeth. So yeah, definitely one that they would want to have back to put up a better fight in. But they got through with the win. But definitely a more formidable opponent that they're up against now.
Yeah, I suspect that was really low, and that's turned over. The Mbe Vogel throw touches the ground in front of Buja, and now a early break chance for La Mixta. They go around and back for Montoya. Montoya pops one over. Nacho. This D-line shooting for goal, not quite in, but on the doorstep, Dalmau, and he crosses into the middle, and a one-throw turn for Ulti TV gives a break to La Mixta, and they've got an early advantage.
Yeah, La Mixta coming out hot. Great vision from that La Mixta player on the disc to see that the Ulti TV player was poaching off to stop the up line and allowing the rounds for an easy score. What were we talking, Steph? Was there a big pep talk to come into this game, trying to get the Ulti TV crew going?
I mean, there's a pep talk for sure, always. The pep talk is we got to grow every game here. We got to take as much as we can. From the loss, from the lopsided win to start. We don't have many options to take as a pickup team. So, you know, you get through by the hair of your chinny chin chin. Also, let's forget all of it. Take what we can. Reset. This is one game. Let's play this one. Focus on the present moment. And I think that's it. Yeah, they're adapting tactically as they go here. So I'm not going to reveal too much of what the tactical adaptations are, but Buja to Barsazi. Bonnet comes under. Nas headed deep. Back to the middle for Buja. He fakes the offhand, goes around to Mine. Mine fires up for Barsazi. Buja comes back, takes the pop. The Colombian World Games player, very low throw, but Toby Mine handles it. Now Buja again to Nas. Nas flipper over top. Buja back towards the middle. Bonnet leads Barsazi, and that's more like it. Once they got more than one pass going, they looked a lot tidier.
Yeah, working well together there. Really working the flow up the pitch. For our pickup team, they're looking well. It begs the age-old question of how much chemistry actually matters. At some point, good players cut to good spaces for good throws, right?
That's exactly it. And now what I'm also going to hope is that good athletes put on good pressure and can find ways to get turns as Ulti TV send their defensive unit out there.
Yeah, Spain are a very athletic team in their own right.
Yes, no doubt about it.
So they're going to be hard-pressed to out-athlete them, but we'll see what they can do.
Out-athlete them. Get Chopper on. Who's Chopper? Dude, that's got to be Dean McCreary. He's in the chats a lot. And some of the fans taking a frisbee.
Taking a frisbee to the knee. That guy's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Into play with Alex Garcia. He's going to walk up to the brick mark. Krashovsky and Corker in a wait, the two handles. Garcia leads for Delgado, far side of the field. Maltese, and now led into the middle, Oscar, Gonzalez, Cobos, and Garcia. Back to Cobos. Cobos leads Oscar. Gonzalez, leap on the mark. Love to see the pressure. Cobos turns back to the middle, breaks around, and does get the foot down. Nice offensive possession. Delgado with the goal, and La Mixta go up 3-1.
Yeah, Delgado recognizing that his defensive player was sitting off, trying to stop the open side cutback, and able to just completely commit to that break side there and make it a little bit easier for their round to come. Just lead him out into that corner.
And trying to turn around at the same time, seeing Maria Patino, but it's I'm also checking the score on GB Denmark, but I think the scoreboard's on this side because I don't see it.
Yeah, also looking to be a very good game. Denmark really came out and gave it to Spanish Masters team. So really setting up a good standard there and looking to try and do the same to GB.
2-2. Here comes Alti TV. Nas to Buja. Buja goes to center. Vargas on the far sideline. Barsazi goes deep. And Bonnet comes under. Bonnet finds Barsazi, all sorts of space. Lead to Nas, but over top of the head. A little bit of a casual throw by Barsazi, just out of the fingertips of Nas, and now another defensive job to do against a team that is very good at converting.
Yeah, Nas has been around the block a little bit. You can't be asking him to get up that high. Just give him a nice, easy lead out when he's created that space.
Gabaldoni comes from Montoya. Dalmau fires deep. Gabaldoni is in front of Nas, but not in the end zone. Santi Ramos trying to finish the job and does get it done. Is left alone into the corner, and that's another break. 4-1. The Alti TV team being made to pay if they don't score.
Yeah, tough start to the game from Alti TV. Gabaldoni just winning the battle of the season veterans there, with Ramos coming up and helping out for the score. Ramos in his own right, a fantastic player, and from personal experience, extremely hard to mark. So as we see him coming back onto the line again, I'm sure he's going to feature heavily in this game as he puts in a big shift.
Is it Noah wonders if it's time for a timeout. I wouldn't mind a timeout right now, but
yeah,
I could
this is the
call
one game where you can actually call it.
Yes, I could. I'm not going to totally intervene at this stage.
How many more breaks until you intervene?
1.
Here we go.
Ramos with the blade pull. Vargas to mine. Great defense, I must say. A lot of shutdown. Vargas finds some freedom, and then as soon as it goes up, Bodie takes it away. He was so far behind. How in the hell did that happen? There was a total mix-up there. Vargas let go of it when Bonnet came under, and then he still went back and took it out of the sky. Here it is again. Oh, crap, he says. And then, wait a minute, maybe I can make up for this. And early up, oh, good golly, kid can get off the sand. Make sure you're subscribed to EB Athletic and learn how to do that the way he does that.
Yeah, Nacho's going to want that one back. He gets the early play on it, but just sits too far under the disc and allows Bonnet to come back into it. absolutely stellar jump from Benet and way to out-athlete him and like really get that jump. But Benet, Nacho should be boxing him out there and stopping any chance at that.
Defensive chase. Kobos comes under. Maltes sends deep. Floats one up. Gonzalez. Low throw, but he does connect over to Delgado. Around Garcia to Gonzalez. He sends deep, and it's a beautiful throw, and they connect to Maltes. La Mixta, they've got great chemistry. They're throwing almost before they look up.
Yeah, perfectly weighted. That throw for Maltes to just run onto. It soars over his head, but it's sat so nicely that he's able to just reel it in without too much worry of where it's going to go. And especially now that the wind's picking up, to have it glide perfectly like that in the wind is a strong throw indeed.
Five-two. 2 breaks for the Spaniards.
Yeah, LTTV holding on for now. Need to get a nice clean hold here.
They got to keep finding ways to get the defense onto the field. That one well fielded by Mine. And now Mbe Vogel. So he goes back for Mine. And you got to give it to this defense. They are shutting down so many options. Bonet looked upfield for Barsazi, but put it away. Mine. Barsazi's free on the sideline. Bonet's going deep, and that takes about 3 with him. And the throw is out beyond the sideline. Those two unable to connect, and another break chance. And La Mixta have been perfect on break chances. Underneath, Nacho gets it to Ramos, half a chance, and then the poach is paid for. Montoya is open in the back of the end zone, and it is another break for Alti TV. And I think time for a timeout. I'm going to go out there and call it.
He has taken the executive decision. Steph is out. And the LTTV team has agreed. They've already decided it too. They're all on the same page here. Cool, and we're also going to go for a break. Time for us to take some time, and we will see you after these messages.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Alti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
And we are back. Post time out, Steph, what are your words of wisdom?
Wow, I mean, I think the big one is Okay, what we reiterated at the end was let's just do the basics right. We're missing on such small windows. I think other than that is we're going to get the deep game going. I think the O-line needs me. That's Dean, get a job. Jeez. I think if we get the deep game going, we're like half cutting for it. We're coming back so early on it. Like we got to really threaten it and like at least finish the deep cuts, fake for them, and let's take them. I think we got a couple options out there that will win a lot of these deep cut battles. And I think if we get 1, 2, that's going to stretch the defense out, give us a bit more of a chance to be successful with small ball, keep their defense guessing, and hopefully get our defense on the field and have a chance to gum up their O. But it is offensive focus. Let's see if we can get something going. Nice around by Bonnet to Buja. And the deep shot goes. Vargas is there. And just what the doctor ordered. A deep cut by Vargas. A great throw to make it work by Buja. And Alti TV get a nice score.
Yeah, it looks like a blown switch there from the Mixta's line. Just allowing Vargas to be completely free in the end zone and well hit. So they've heard you from the booth. They've taken on that deep shot.
I like it. Well, they had to hear me. I was in the huddle. I took the headset off for this one. So 3-5. Nice response. Now let's get some charge and defense.
3-6. You've got even further to go. This is for half, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so looking to get at least one break in for half. Trying to come out in the second half with a little bit less to do.
Kobos on the reception. And Garcia leads wide. And Gonzalez keeps it going to ground. Into the corner, Garcia. Turns back, pops up to Kobos. Kobos inside throw and just beyond the hand for Gonzalez. Oscar gets the goal and that makes it halftime at 7-3.
Yeah, Gonzalez putting in a lot of work this game. He's always just grinding out. Whether it's deets, unders, he's moving fast around the pitch whenever he's playing. So it's always going to be a tough one for Ulti TV to stop there.
It is halftime. They're doing the switch. And it's going to be tough to find a way to slow down this O, but it is a case of throwing everything at them. Sometimes you get them once and then you get the run. You get a bit of a roll, but you got to keep grinding. However, this La Mixta O-line is, talking about grind, as you just said. So many of these players are so used to, 3, 4, 5 cuts in deep sand, resetting on high stall counts. It's just a very well-tooled team with crap loads of big game beach experience.
Yeah, Spain are going to keep hitting those tight windows on the inside. So Ulti TV need to recognise that and shoot for some of these. Really make a play on that inside shot.
This is the Ulti TV team there. A great collection of internationals from 8 different countries. And Nasser Mbe Vogel goes to Bonnet. Bonnet under to Mine. Buja. And he's going to get there. Great throw by Toby Mine. And I like what I'm seeing from the response. We're still down, and it may be a Everest-like climb to actually take the game, but as long as they get this element of the game going, finish with the ability to hold and getting closer to break, I think it's fine to advance to a quarterfinal that way.
Hey, you take on Everest one step at a time, right? And a clean hold is a good first step for the second half.
So, looking at the schedule, the open division pools Ulti TV is in D. So assuming this game finishes the way it's going.
Oof, that's defeatist attitude, Steph. Already looking for the loss. We've just started the
Assuming
second
it
half.
does,
Oh,
D2, they would
times are
play the
tough.
winner in Pool C, C1. If they can pull off the win, so that'd probably be Solaris. If they can pull off the win, they play C2, which is a much easier ordeal, either Germany or GB Masters or NMNM. So a win is worth throwing all your chips out there. Let's see what they get up to. Cobos to Gonzalez. Around. Garcia and Cobos is back in the end zone, freed up for the goal, making it 8-4.
Spain almost making it look easy out there. Just so quick in these sort of tight space on the under, and then once they've pushed through that initial set, then opening up that space for the final shot to the end zone.
Very, very tidy indeed. La Mixta doubling up on the internationals.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more intensity from the LTTV team. Some more big plays. You've got to, at this point, you've got to gamble, right? So
Yeah.
gamble on a poach, gamble on making a bid. You've got to throw something at the wall and see if anything sticks.
Yeah, something different. Give you a chance to make an individual play at something. Nas and Vargas kick off the possession. Stall count, then Vargas, then everybody goes deep. Buja comes under, but so does Bonet. Buja on the sideline. Leads forward, Barsazi. Leads to the end zone, and Toby Mine is there. And offensively, we're 3 for 3 since the timeout. It is a improvement already that I will continue to see the silver lining of.
Yeah, mine they're completely unmarked in the end zone. Another missed call from Spain.
Yeah,
It's a second one where they've just kind of blown their coverage for someone shooting deep, so it's something that they need to keep an eye on, especially if they're then switching to mixed. The blowing of switches in a mix is brutal, and so if they're going to split across gender and switch across gender, then that's something they've got to have a real good handle on.
So, incoming defensive pressure. And an O-line that has been unscathed thus far. Underneath, into the middle rather, for Cobos. Floats one. Gonzalez so good with Stauffer on his hip. The fake backhand looks to Garcia. And then across the field, another beautiful throw. Delgado to Cobos. Now in the middle for Maltes. And led to the back of the end zone. And beautiful play again. Gonzalez putting the team on his back. I quite liked the defensive pressure by Ulti TV. That was probably the closest they came to having a block against this seamless team.
Yeah, as we can see it again here, Gonzalez taking in under the pressure and then stepping up and not rushing a throw. He takes a great shot across field and then pushes through and finds a space for the shot to the end zone. An absolute clinic from him, and under great pressure, it has to be said, from Stauffer.
Yeah, Stauffer, you can't ask for too much more than that from his defensive game. I thought that was as well as anyone's played on Gonzalez in this game, who has been the best player on field.
Fair to say, yeah. I think Spain in general has been very strong, but Gonzalez is putting in the hard yards.
Yeah. 9-5. What a way to make a living. And for Spain La Mixta, it's all taken and no given. Nasser Mbe Vogel uses the dump with Vargas straight back. Barsazi gives a little space On the sideline, back to Nas. Nas turns to Buja. Deep ball thought about. Barsazi was going. Bonet and Ramos were locked up, and now Vargas comes under. Straight to Barsazi. Barsazi gives off to Bonet, back to Nas, and Bonet again. Bonet to Vargas. Underneath for Barsazi. He goes for Nas. Buja. Buja fakes both hands. Then high for Nasser. Nas trying to find a lane. About 6 meters out. Inside shake for Bonet. I like it. They go deep 3 in a row, and then they chip one in. Small balling. I am happy with the second part of this game for Alti TV. It's time now. It's time. That D is coming, Tate, isn't it?
Well, if it's going to be any time, it's got to be now, right?
No time like the present, if you're an Alti TV fan.
Yeah, I mean, both teams' offense has looked real slick in the second half. Both struggling to put a big amount of pressure on D. We've seen them try and pick up a little bit. Nas getting really involved and cross that point and doing well to get free and then take on that inside shot for the goal.
So both these teams will advance to quarters because of the virtue of them going 2-0 each. This is for the group, but yes, one will go as group champion, one will go as group number 2.
And you always want to give yourself the easiest ride towards the end.
That's exactly it. And another opportunity for a clean hold. They've done nothing but clean hold this O-line. Garcia. Inside, low, but handled by Maltes. He goes into the middle, bid by Bonet, but caught by Gonzalez. Cobos. Thought about the big one, then goes back to Maltes. Maltes to Garcia. And Garcia goes around center for Cobos. Cobos. Maltes. Up line, a great run by Garcia. Getting separation and then over the shoulder for the finish. Nice goal, nice possession for La Mixta.
Another clean hold.
They
with a great bid there. I like the fact that he's poached off. He's trying to create something. As Alta TV needs some sort of spark right now.
Yeah, I still think all in all with the Bonet poach bid, help bid in the lane, gave ourselves a chance. Nothing was left wide open like we were seeing in the first stanza. We gave up a couple easies. I think it was good hand in pocket defense. Otherwise, they tried to stay consistent pressure across all assignments. One bid at it. If not now, when is the question. And there is still time. There is still, plenty of clock time, 20 minutes. But
I don't think the clock time is going to be the issue in this game.
Yeah, it is.
Though.
It's the speed at which this O-line is able to get holds is the bigger issue.
Yeah, great defense up until the end zone there, and that final shot on the up the line, maybe a little bit too far off for that cutter, allowing the easy shot into goal. But let's see if they can put it in the hold of their own.
Corcoran and Bonet exchange. Now Nasser. Barsazi goes, and the throw is a banger. Nas, that's not his first time throwing hucks. Maybe his first time hucking a Barsazi. I doubt it, because that looked just clinical. What a shot. Barsazi, good separation, but all about the throw from the legend, Nasser Mbe Vogel.
Absolutely gorgeous throw. Just leads him out perfectly here. And now that is a veteran throw if ever you've seen one.
Barsazi, we can talk about him a lot. He deserves it. Just a European champion, just won it with the Mooncatchers. A player who seems to grow year to year still. It started as the under 24 or under 20. He did it under 24. It's just a big name, getting better and better as he goes. The businessman, David Barsazi. And a two-surface player. He's not like a grass player who does all right on beach. He goes to all the big beach tournaments too. He's won European championships and world championships on beach with Margarita Mixed. He's a proper two-surface player.
What you see a lot is just grass superstars being able to kind of hold that and use that to their advantage on beach, but never quite having the right speed. But to be able to do it across surfaces is very impressive.
And they go for it on one throw, and there's a turn. The first turn of the game. Toby Mine did just come to the booth and say, I'm going to get a poach block right before this point started. I didn't dismiss it. I didn't have time to say it, but we'll have to say it now.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. As a non-OTTV player, he did make the claim and he backed it up, so fair play to him.
Vargas comes under, a little bit of congestion, and then it cleans up for Bonnet. Bonnet goes around to Buja. Buja to Bobinets, right back to Buja and back to Bobinets. And again, Buja, quick movement, Jorge. Bobinets around, over, and through. Mind to Vargas. First break of the game for Ulti TV. And that's a big one. They're all big one, but especially when it's the only one you've got to your name. Making it 8-10 and leaving their D-line out on the field. And Toby Mine looks like a prophet out there, calling his shots like Babe Ruth in days of old.
Yeah, he spoke it into fruition there, and fair enough. When's your next one?
Yeah, I hope
that's the big question.
Toby tells us more of the things that he's going to do, because that was a great call. And just you gotta love it when people are feeling that swagger. They're just something. There's something feeling good enough that it's worth saying. And yeah, wow, looking like a prophet out there.
Yeah, still some work to do for this Ulti TV team though. Still down by 2 as we come into the final quarter of the game. So need more sparks. See if they can keep this Spanish team floundering a little bit.
And Garcia goes to Cobos. Gonzalez, the weapon he's been. He throws, and is it too deep? It is! And 2 turns and 2 points after perfection throughout the game. Another chance to break for the Ulti TV All-Stars.
Is this the opening of the floodgates?
I would be more than happy to say that yes, it is. But I would need the conversion.
True.
And then I will make the proclamation. Until then, we're still creaking, pushing the iron gate. Pascual's gone deep. Stauffer, the Swiss youngster, comes under. Giuliani chases towards it. Pascual, great threatening deep there. Stauffer, the upline cut. Could toe drag. That guy is a kid. And making plays like a full-grown adult. Leading in the conversion. What a play. Nino Stauffer. It's Andrei Krashovsky with the conversion. But this, your first look at the young Swiss phenom doing it on the Ulti TV cameras. Great toe drag. Great throw to score. There it is. Boom. Stauffer.
Fantastic grab there. We saw him putting pressure on earlier in the game on defense. Good to see him also making plays on offense. Let's see if Ulti TV can keep this train rolling.
Well, now those floodgates are proclaimed open, so it seems like they would be able to. Great game here. It's shaping up to be I'd like to say hot start for La Mixta. I think it certainly has been. Their O-line's been seamless. I also think a few of the early turns sloppy. First throw, second throw turns by Ulti TV and made to pay. They're picking it up now.
Yeah,
bringing it to within a 1-point game, making things very interesting out here.
Feels like a change of momentum. But can La Mixta change that?
Gabaldoni. And we got a new O-line out there. Their O-line 2, Ramos. Oh, it just gets that through. Gabaldoni. Oh, Barsazi chucking the body around, but it goes to Dilmau. Dilmau, and nice throw. That's a beautiful late stall count throw. He's feeling it. Ramos wide open on the other side. They were feeling the pressure, though, you got to say.
Yeah, an absolute flying bid from Barsazi. Tough to not quite get it, but it was such a hard one trying to get around him in time, and a high bid as well.
Yeah, I liked that his main focus was body control. He made sure, he was directly behind him, and he went around without touching. Great body control. That is like a signature Barsazi style layout nowadays. Shoulder high, leaping a step or two before you think it's even possible.
Yeah, and great patience from the Spanish team there to find Ramos in the end zone. A gorgeous throw, and way to get their hold, get their game back on track.
Make sure you're letting us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, all things in the chat. Hit that like button, and if you're not a subscriber already, do that. And, all the other things. Join. The new Swiss generation is going to be so good, says McCreary, who's making it his job to be in the chats. We love it. Bonet going deep. Nass with the disc. Surprise, surprise, Bonet. And it's Vargas. I thought it was an interesting job of bodying. He bodied early. Gabaldoni was very squirmy there to get around. And it was Vargas who kept his eye on the prize there and ended up being the garbage man, taking out the trash.
Yeah, way to clean up the dregs there. Fantastic boxing for Gabaldoni, keeping out Bonnet, but you can only do so much when you're being covered on both sides.
So 10-11. Ulti TV get that D-line out there once more.
Yeah, keeping it tight. If it goes to Universe, do you jump out and call power line?
No, they know the power lines.
Ahead of time they've already
they're predetermined.
Sorted? Okay.
But they know the bosses out there are the old boys, Nass and Vargas and Captain Bonet. So if they need to make a one-player, two-player mod, they can do it. But I think we called them, and everybody's happy with them. Anytime it's a different O-line than D-line for power lines, but they're pretty fixed. The killer bees stay on no matter what. Bonet, Buja, and Barsazi, and then the O-line and D-line finishing two are different. And
okay.
You guys can work that out as spectators. I'm giving up enough here. The Chimera boys getting excited on the sideline. Barsazi and Toby Mine. And Cobos comes under for Delgado. Back to Cobos. And a big, massive humanity there. Gonzalez once again taking the onus upon himself and charging the lane. Cobos, I was just about to yell, "You're safe" to the defender there. And I went from commentator to coach mode. I'm just letting you hear the inner workings of my brain right now. Back and forth, Garcia to Cobos. Timeout called, and Ulti TV should and are celebrating that as great defense, slowing them down. We've got a game here. There are less than 10 remaining. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the tail end of this humdinger in Valencia.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable.
And created the shift and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
I worked for a Michelin star chef making gelato in Paris. I had my own restaurant in Nicaragua and a food truck in Australia. Why wouldn't you watch me? Check out my YouTube channel.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Alti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
And after a timeout from La Mixta, 11-10. They want to sort out their offense. I thought the Alti TV defense, again, was playing as well as they have. They get the up line and then shift off to the handler. Garcia in behind Kobos. And there's a chance for Alti TV to break again. Krashovsky will pick up. Quickly to Bobinets. Bonnet, far sideline, about 10 meters away. Krashovsky fills space. And they've only got the sideline. Can't find center, it doesn't seem. A little bit of clogging. Now a bigger around to Krashovsky. Back to the far sideline, Bobinets. He goes all the way across. Krashovsky's there! And it's another break, and it's all tied up at 11s. Alti TV screaming back into this one, but we've got a call on it. Is it a turnover? Did he drop it?
Let's look. I think it's a drop.
Oh, he did indeed. And all that excitement retracted. I thought it was on. I think I looked away as soon as I saw the initial clap.
Can't quite hold on to it though.
And Krashovsky sees the turn and he's all alone. But Bonnet breaks it up and we've got another chance. I mean, they've got another chance. The non-partisan commentary box here.
Yeah, Gonzalez about 10 meters free in the end zone.
And the scuba to Stauffer was a bit off target. He had to twist the body, and another pickup for Spain mixed. Garcia goes to Delgado. Back again for Garcia. Cobos. Around. Straight back. Cobos again. Leads a big bid by Bonnet. Switch, but there is space. Upfield, and the lead. And Garcia twists the body well. Pascual on the chase, but couldn't find the line. And after a big back and forth, Spain find the goal.
Yeah, Spain weathering the storm that point. I think not much else can be said for it. They were not looking hot on offense for one of the first times in the game. Really seeming to feel the pressure of it, picking up there. Alti TV upping their defensive pressure a lot, but then not able to hold on to the disc themselves.
Even that last goal, I mean, the foul, the initiated contact was on Pascual, so he can't call anything. I think they're still talking about it. But had he not run into the back of him, I think he would have stayed on his feet and been in better position to make a play. But I can understand why they're talking. I still think it was Pascual who initiated the contact.
Yeah. They're trying to hold the play. They're still discussing. They're not sure they agree.
And this is interesting. Here is the play again. Now here comes Pascual into the screen. The thing is, I think it's Pascual who initiates contact.
For sure. There's a little bit of boxing out from the Spanish player, but by no means is he ever the one that initiates.
Nas. Thought about the big and ends up having a slip there. And that one squirts out of the hands. And Gabaldoni will pick up with less than half field to go.
Eyes on the win here. If they can put this in, the game is done.
Dalmau to Nacho. Nacho goes back, and that's going to do it. Mixta take the win, 13-10. A good late game charge from Ulti TV, but foot comes off the gas. A few things come undone at the very end, and Mixta see it through. They'll take the #1 seed in the pool.
I think fair to say a slightly anticlimactic end to a very tight game with lots of pressure.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game once Ulti TV took that timeout, started playing some clean offense. Fat got a little bit of luck going their way as well with a 1 turn generated and 1 turn given that helped their breaks, and yeah, put themselves in as good of a place as they could have been. We've got a quarterfinal coming up next. It'll be Spain versus France in the women's division. Some heavyweights that both have big ambition going into Portugal. You're not going to want to miss that. Next, after that, will be the men's or the open division quarter. We're going to have to wait for results so we can confirm which one that'll be. For Ian Tate and the Ulti TV crew, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you all next time.
Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
Ulti.tv